First thing to do is to plug in, and when you plug in, you get square root of 1 minus cube root of 1 over 1 minus 1. So you're looking at 0 over 0. Now, at that point, you could try to multiply by some conjugate or something like that, but the easiest thing to do is going to be to use L'Hopital's rule. So before I do L'Hopital's rule, I would rewrite this square root, cube root in terms of the radical powers. So this would be limit as x goes to 1, x to the 1/2 power minus x to the 1/3 power over x minus 1. And then I am ready to go to apply L'Hopital's rule by taking the derivative over the derivative. And that would give us 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 minus 1/3 x to the negative 2/3 over the derivative of this x minus 1. X is a linear term, so that would become 1. Minus 1, standalone constant, goes to 0. So after you take the derivative over the derivative, you then plug in and hope for the best. Now, you can simplify it, but here's the thing. When you look at this, you're plugging in 1. So if I plug in a 1 here, I'm going to have 1 to the negative 1/2. All of that is going to become 1. And then over here, if I plug in 1, I have 1 to the negative 2/3, so all of that is going to become 1. So even if you did like get a common denominator and all this stuff, it's really overkill because in its current representation, you can figure out that it's that finite number of 1. So I would just plug in immediately. And when you do that, you get 1/2 times 1, so just 1/2, and then minus 1/3 times 1, so 1/3. Now, at that point, you do need to get a common denominator to write it as one fraction. So multiply the 1/3 by 2 over 2 and the 2 by 3 over 3. So that gives you 3 minus 2 over 6, leaving you with the limit of 1/6.